castle built towers like tug.
Like you tug.
Always held me down, now I got you when I'm
When I'm up. Queen of the castle built towers like tug.
Sunshine, 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 sunshine. Making groovy music, you can feel in the sunshine. Sunshine, 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 sunshine.
I take the low.
Making groovy music, you can feel in the sunshine.
To the highs, I take the lows. Us together, we bout to tussle. Yeah. To the highs, I take the lows. Us together, we bout to tussle. Yeah.
Wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt. Wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt. Wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt. She wiggling, shaking up the butt. Drive me crazy when she break it down, putt. She bend over, I slide over, hut. Her friend want me, I'ma pass, puff. I want smoke with her right here, with that wide old body and that big old rear. If I get behind her, I'll disappear. Call wifey and the kids, won't be back for a year. She shake up the vroom and shake up the boom. I bust it like boom and run it like zoom. She shake up the vroom and shake up the boom. I bust it like boom and run it like zoom. Wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt. Wobble in the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble the butt. Wobble in the butt, wobble the butt, wobble in the butt, wobble
Till death do us part, know that I'm riding. Queen and slimming, black Bonnie and Clyde. Baby slipping and sliding, dipping and dodging. We fleeing, we running, and we back and hiding. Fuck is you gonna do when them boys come for you? Fuck is you gonna do when them boys come for you?
Hop in the whip, baby girl, let's go get it. Let's ride through the city, let's make us a million.
Cruise the city now, hustle did it, y'all. Know I hold you down with the 50 gal.
Hey, designer I walk, you know it's money I talk. Diamonds I wear like a faucet. Put the money in the vault.
If you got it, I got it, we got it. His and hers, we draped the designer. Get it fucked up, they gonna line ya. Queen and Slim, Black Bonnie and Clyde.
Max.
They know me by my area code. Hard-headed, but the heart so cold. Staying tall, never breaking the code. Little magic, they love my flow. Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist. I just celebrate the rose with your trophy in my hip. She was looking thirsty, kept begging for a sip. trip. Yeah, she got food out and you better not trip. Now they hating on me, all these shows these on me. Fussy, but I'm low key. Got my drip, you owe me. Wanna see my trophies? Wanna see my trophies? Chosey, chosies. All these shows chose me. 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 Ride around with my bros. Sliding up on these chos. The chos can't leave me alone. Smell my neck till they love my cologne. They know me by my area code. Hot-headed, but the heart so cold. Staying tall, never breaking the code. Little magic, they love my flow.
Glock aware.
Like Coke, 5'8". I put her right to work on a blind date. No time waste, I beat it up, prime mate. If the sound mistake, do say in 2/8. Even if she was a man, I'm cool as a fan. Bishop Don Dapper Dan, she come to me. You wave and get a fraction hand, she come to me. You wave and get a fraction hand. Put her on game, she with the program. Give her the work, then send in the bro hand. He slide off on that spinner, slow jam. Cool as shit, they wanna play on the stick.
You'll never find another love like me. Never find a love that fits the tape. You'll never find another love like me. All you're looking for, you found right in me. You'll never find another love like me. Never find a love that fits the tape. You'll never find another love like me. All you're looking for, you found right in me. I was just so full, physically and spiritually. You and I was clear to me. One in my phone as you listen, that's what this from. Look in your eyes, plain to see what was meant to be. Remember that time when we used to kick it up. You said you trust and never leave me. It's split your mind. I wanna overcome. I made you go, ooh, shit you doing ain't cool. You think I'm a fool? You better act right before you run up. You'll never find another love like me. Never find a love that fits the tape. You never find another love like me. All you're looking for, you found right in me. You'll never find another love like me. You never find a love that fits the tape. You never find another love like me. All you're looking for, you found right in me.
We back, baby. Like we never left. It's your girl, StarChougie, back in the building to shine a little light on another dark-ass situation, man. Y'all already know what I do and how I do it, right? And I'm back with a crazy show today. I mean crazy, my guys and girls, okay? We're going to definitely shake and wake some people up today. So I hope y'all been napping. Y'all been doing nothing but napping, so I'm sure.
Sheeples.
Oh, we got to wake the sheeples up. I got my girl Rose XP in the building, the
What's
Rose
up?
Experience. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah,
Introduce yourself.
Go ahead, Google me, man. I'm just going to say Google me.
There you go.
Google me. Google the RBX. Check out Rosie Porter. I have a show called The X Radio on Thursdays at 6 p.m., and we do all things elevation. So tomorrow we are doing art therapy, so tune in.
Tune in, listen, and she helps me. She helps me a lot. I'm telling you because
Thanks, man.
I think we piggyback off each other, Rose.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the energy is always amazing to the point where when I come in the building and Rose is here, I'm like, I need you to do this show.
She's like, come on. I got an awesome one. Let's go. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, and she's definitely spreading the word out here, man, and enlightening our folks, and that's what it's all about, man.
It is. I mean, we all have a purpose. That's mine.
Yeah.
I plant those seeds. You got to do the work, though.
Man, we out here planting. I wasn't even a green thumb up until recently.
I mean, I'm glad that you found it. I'm glad you got on board with it.
Yeah, I'm out here planting. I got my overalls on, baby, my straw hat, got a little piece
Farmer
of straw.
Star.
Yeah.
That would be a hilarious song, yo. And
Farmer
then
Star.
a video.
Yeah, listen, the whole
I
thing.
see it
And
already.
I'm just dropping jewels on people.
Yes.
Whispering in people's ear, walking down the street with the overalls.
Yeah.
And they wake it up like.
Yeah, I see it. They come up from a field of folks.
Yeah, they come up out of the field like, oh, I'm woke.
Yeah, that'd be a dope video.
I agree.
We just put it in motion. Let's go.
We need to do it. Yeah. So today we got Blanche coming back. He is Blanche. He's coming back, my guy. Oh, man. And we got another special guest. I won't even tell you who he is. I just wait until he comes in through Zoom, and you'll see for yourself. We're just going to talk about all the shenanigans that's been taking place lately. Because, baby, has there been tons of shenanigans. And I don't know where to start, but we're going to just play it by ear.
Let's go.
We're just going to play it by ear. So how was your week?
My week, it was good. What's today? Today's only Wednesday.
It is. It really.
With that new moon, full moon. The full moon was a super moon.
Girl.
So that just means it's the closest to the earth. That's what the super moon is, right? And of course, there's other things that go along with it. But man, it made me so tired.
So sleepy. And with the baby,
right? I already know you was knocked out.
Man, this has been. I was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I have had the last 2 days has been phenomenal.
Yeah, there was a lot of letting things go and new things coming about with this.
So, speaking of, so yesterday I got an award for like humanitarian.
What?
And,
Congratulations!
And like
that just came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere. I was nominated with my friend Daddy.
Congratulations!
And they found in the city of Philadelphia found it fit to give a sister an award yesterday.
That's really awesome.
So I went to a banquet. Now, before going to the banquet, I went to the car dealership, and the truck that I literally meditated about, I got the exact truck. I'm talking about the exact truck. And this is the first time in history
you got the one you wanted.
That I got the one I wanted. It's so many times I had the money, right? I had everything that I thought I needed, and I get there and got to settle for something that I didn't really want every single time.
Yeah.
I literally got there, and the first truck wasn't the exact one, but I was settling because I was so used to having to settle.
Right.
And then the girl called back like, oh, no.
We got it.
We got the exact one you need.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and listen, I got it for less than what I thought I was going to pay.
Congratulations. That's beautiful.
I'm walking on cloud 9 right now.
That is beautiful. Totally beautiful. But divine timing and everything, sis.
Yes, I've been seeing 1111.
Yeah.
444 333.
Mm-hmm. 3 is a master number. 33 is a master number.
I found out that I'm life path number 1, which is leader. Makes sense.
I'm a 7.
Oh wait, 7 is
humanitarian,
of course.
Of course. And you know what's funny? I was sitting in here last week, and Inez comes through. He's like, everything with Rose. Rose walk in the door, and it's just love, and it's because I laughed at it, but it's true.
Facts.
Everyone's just, hey Rose, and that's I just genuinely love. Like,
you're supposed to listen.
You're supposed to.
We got one of our guests here. Oh, listen, Rose. When I tell you that this show right here. Baby, this is going to be a heated 40 minutes.
Yo, I just want to say I don't even know what we're talking about, but here I am.
Oh man, we have one of our guests in the building, the ambassador. Oh, he's here. I need. Are you able? Can we hear you? Do we have audio with you?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here with the light, and they looking that good though.
We don't even care because we just need your voice. Yeah, but we had an ambassador, and we also he is Blanche about to chime in. And when I tell you that these are two powerhouses as far as information is concerned, and I'm talking about Planet X, I'm talking about the Anunnaki. I'm talking about he is Blanche is actually working in the TV stations. He's actually the TV boy. Like he's the EA of the Atlanta TV stations.
Okay.
Yeah, you can keep
One
it.
second.
And-
1
and-
second.
Okay, and we are about to ask these gentlemen a few questions, and just see how they feel about some of the things that's been taking place.
Let's go.
You know, I'm super excited about this. But yeah, so yesterday was great. Today was an extension of yesterday,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow will be an extension of that.
Yeah.
Now that I know how to control my life.
There you go. You know, I always say when we become aware, right? It's
Yes.
like playing a video game. You got to master these certain skills in that particular level and to get to the next level.
Absolutely, it's exactly.
And once you know how to play the game, it's just like, oh, let me make those moves.
Yes.
Now the part with that is now patience.
Yes, and that is the you know what I've realized that was the main thing.
Yes.
I've been running like I've been without a car. My car was stolen, and I was
Right. That's so nutty.
yeah, and I was without a car for months now. And normally, the next day or the next hour, I'm going to get me a car.
Mm-hmm.
And I chilled
Yeah.
for months.
Wait for it.
And everybody's like,
Why? Right.
shocked. Like, you haven't been without a car since 16. What you doing? Right? And I'm like, I'm cool.
Right.
You know, and I felt I did not feel anxiety. It wasn't like I was perpetrating that I was cool. I legitimately was cool.
Isn't that such a liberating feeling when you feel you can be completely in control of your emotions and
Yes.
just wait.
Wait for it.
Wait.
And that's exactly what I've been doing, sitting still and waiting.
Mhm.
Like I've been sitting still and waiting for our guest we have here. The ambassador is in the building. I need you to introduce yourself because, I've been ranting and raving about you the whole time, you know? So go ahead and let the people know who you are, brother, and your IG information as well.
Okay. Peace and love, family. Ambassador Prince Michael, Mount Kenya ambassador. I'm a brother who's been just advocating for the for our people here in America to just reconnect with the wisdom keepers in Africa, specifically Mount Kenya, but just generally any group or guardianship in Africa that has come forward with the presentation of African secrets, because that's really what we're gonna need. Like, that's what we actually need. That
Right.
in these days and times,
Right.
I've been dealing with Mount Kenya specifically, which is the real Wakanda. This is the place where the real secrets leaked from, that Jack Kirby and the United States military got their hands on, and he turned it into the Black Panther comic book.
Right.
And this is also it's the second tallest mountain in Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, second tallest mountain in Africa, and this is what became the biblical Mount Zion. So it's a prophetically important place.
Right. So, what? Okay. So they stole the movie from that idea, Mount Zion. The idea of Mount Zion. Okay, cool. All right, so let's just jump right into it, because this has been one of the things. This is what introduced me to you. Someone sent me your video, and you were talking about Planet X. Well, you were basically just talking about the extraterrestrials and how a lot of us are waking up. You didn't put it in these words, but this is how I interpreted it, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I am newly conscious, right, and within a year, and so a lot of these things are brand new, and then you keep thinking that you woke, and then you find out you're nowhere near. Like, every day you're learning something completely left turn, right? So at one point I was thinking that these extraterrestrials were coming to save us, but what I was holding on to, and what I've been really figuring out about me, is that I went from being a Christian of 40 years and used to having a leader and been told that there would be a savior. And although I started becoming conscious and aware, I still held on that aspect of needing a savior, needing a rescue team, and not going within. So going out still, So I started to feel what you were saying recently, and then someone sent me a video, and it was a confirmation to me. And so,
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah.
Glad to
So
hear
let's
that.
talk about that.
That's important. Yeah. You see the difference between our world today and our ancestors' world is the government back in the day, like the people who would be considered the government, their responsibility was to tell you the truth.
Right.
And try and make sure that you know where you're at in space and time. You know what I'm saying? You know where you're coming from, you know who you are. That's what the government did back in the day, right?
Right.
If it was anything that they felt you should know, right, that they was the one to make sure that you knew.
Right.
Today,
we already know what's
going
on.
They hide
yeah,
stuff.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you already know. It's like almost the exact opposite.
Absolutely.
Like, it's like the government wants to create a fantasy around reality and plug you into the fantasy and tell you what's in front of you, tell you that you're not seeing what you're seeing, right? So that's the biggest difference. And so obviously from a tribal and traditional leadership standpoint, I'm representing.
Wait, you cut out a little bit. I can't hear you.
The mic is muted.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry about that. I represent the tribal leaders, the tribal leadership. So that would be like the government from back in the day.
Got you.
So these people in Africa, they're all over Africa. We have traditional leaders all over the continent, even outside of the continent. And what you'll find out when it comes to like traditional leadership versus, like you said, today's leadership, all the traditional leaders are pretty much saying the same thing. That look, we've always and never hid the fact that there are other species out here.
Right.
And some go even further and let you know that they know where they came from.
Facts.
That's where it comes to like the African leadership. The African leaders have been the only ones I've seen that actually have broken down to the world, like where these species came from, and to be on the be warned that they don't have the best intention or good intention.
Right. The first.
So
time,
I think.
No, the first time I heard that, I actually, it's so crazy the way that the mind works in the programming, right? Because when I first heard that was not long ago on Facebook. I said, anybody waiting for the Anunnaki, right? With this big old smiling face. And the guy was like, no, sis, I don't think you need to be waiting on any of that, right? And he was like, you is like the total opposite and all this other stuff. And I was like, no, because wait, now you taking my second savior away. What the fuck is going on here? First Jesus, now the Anunnaki.
But we're programmed to look towards someone or something else.
Right. Absolutely.
Condition.
And so, and far as what you're saying, that what the government used to bring, because we were dealing with humans at one point in the government. Now we're dealing with AI in the government. That whole goal is to steal our consciousness. So although they look like humans in form, they are completely not. And I don't normally talk about this because a lot of people not ready for these type of conversations. However, we are being we are being.
You better get ready now because it's upon us, because they've turned it up a notch. And I'm the same way like you. I normally don't even put a focus on that neither. But now that I saw 2020 go by, and we all saw that, and we saw how the world changed in terms of just overnight, things is completely different. A lot of people bought into the fact that it's a real disease that just sprung up on its own in China or whatever.
Right.
And because of that, we have to do X, Y, Z. we have to give our genetics to the governments all around the world. You know, everyone is contributing their genetics now.
Yes.
And accept to be transhumans with, you know, this nanotechnology that they put in what they call vaccines, which is not by law or legal definition is not a vaccine. It's an injectable operating system. So,
Right.
So why are we? And a lot of people are just convinced that this is just the reality. This is a natural thing. It's not a natural thing. It is 100% extraterrestrial in conceptualization, and only maybe those who have been privy to reading some of the ancient scrolls would probably be aware that this particular plan that they're doing has been written about in scrolls for thousands of years now.
Right.
And it's unfortunate that, you know, those writings did not get placed into the mainstream Bibles and religions that we have nowadays, because people would have been better prepared. Although it was still in there in a sense, it's still in there.
It is.
It is. But because they call it the mark of the beast, but it's debatable the way that it's in the Bibles, because
depends what your interpretation.
Yes, all that. The Bible is all about interpretation. You know what I mean? The decoding of it, because
that's the loophole.
The Bible definitely has jewels for days if you know the truth. But if you're going by with the regurgitation of the whole, you know, pastor system, because that's what that is to the church system, then you're going to be misled, you know, and you're going to be waiting for a savior, as I was up until recent, you know.
Yeah,
but
just parables and folklore, bunch of that.
Fran Daddy in the building. Listen, we got Fran Daddy in the building, and he is Blanche's in the building.
Yes,
man.
Yeah. What's up?
This is we ain't. Let me see, because we're gonna have to do a part 2 to this show, because this right here, this what I have in front of me right here. You two brothers, I don't know if you know each other, but man, y'all both touch me in a different way spiritually, you know. And I'm not Joe. I'm not. A little bit sometimes. When I used to smoke weed, I was Joe as shit. but my new sober self is a little, you know, watching everybody with the third eye more so. Mm-hmm. But you guys definitely grabbed me in such a way that I'm like, I need both of y'all once a month. You know, like I told Blanche the same thing. You know, our platform is definitely your platform, because I need y'all to spread this word. So yeah. He is Blanche. Please introduce yourself right quick, brother, and tell him a little bit. Give him your IG.
Oh yeah, this is Blanche. My IG is at he is Blanchard, HeisBlanchard. I'm just on social media running my mouth. That's all. Ain't nothing special.
Man, you told me some stuff yesterday. I ain't gonna repeat it on here, but I said this is a gangster right here. Lord, this is a gangster right here. You see what I'm saying? You got to have that type of skin to come through and tell the people what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to be like, okay, I don't care what the outcome is going to be. If the outcome is an income, oh well. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you guys are so transparent, I love it. All right, we talking about the extraterrestrials, Blanche. How do you feel about that? Have you been paying attention to how let me try to make this easier question, because this can go so far. As far as who's running the government, right, and their tactics that they're using at this point, okay, do you believe that we're still dealing with human entities?
I think we've never dealt with human entities at all. I mean, my belief is that that the fallen angels were the ones that was behind this the whole time, and also I believe there is Satan or another type of being that is a supreme being that's down here. And I say that because they're gonna pump fake the people, so they're gonna act like there's aliens, because you think about it right now. Everybody has a subconscious image of Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
It's the white guy with the blonde hair, with the beard. Everybody on the planet has a subconscious image of him, because that's the image that we actually seen of a savior. Now, we've seen We've seen images of Buddha, you know, maybe Confucius, but everybody's seen the quote unquote image of Jesus. But I believe they're going to use all that stuff in the end to trick people. So once they say the aliens are here, it's going to really destroy all religions. Okay. So you can imagine billions of people are going to question what they've believed in for thousands of years when they say but they won't really be aliens. They'll be like hybrids.
Right.
None of this stuff will be real. It'll be a smoke screen. It'll be like a deception.
Yeah.
You know,
that's all it's been. Yeah.
They're gonna have a one world government. So you got to ask yourself. We talk about the mark of the beast. If they have a one world government, who's going to lead?
Right.
You got to ask yourself, what person is going to be in charge of the one world government? I believe, in my heart of hearts, that the Antichrist, what they call the Antichrist, is going to be a transgender man. It's going to be a transgender.
Yeah, I agree.
And because the Bible talks about him not having a want for a woman. So I honestly believe that the Antichrist will be transgender. And so by that time, the transgenders will have taken over. Because they're the next group to take over. Yeah. That's why when you see that picture of Baphomet, it has the Satan.
The breast and
it has the breast and the male anatomy. But that's the whole push now is transhumanism. Yes. It's gonna go from transgender to transhumanism. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So really the goal is for us not to be human. So like the young man said before me, what they gotta do is they have to alter your DNA. But I believe even beyond your DNA, they're going to eventually alter your carbon.
Yeah, well, 666, yeah, they got to break that up because that's our power right there.
So when they alter your carbon, it's going to totally alter you to where you're not going to be no longer human at all. Your fundamental makeup, which is the protons, neutrons, and electrons, are going to be altered to where you're not going to be human anymore at all. And so that's what I believe the push is for us not to be human, because they really want to enslave humanity. And the only way to really do that is to put something inside of us that can control us. So their goal is to get us, but as I always say, you have to consent.
Yeah,
meaning
absolutely.
They can't make you do anything. You have to say, okay, no different than when the vampire should come to your house. You got to let the vampire in your house. It's the same concept. Yeah. That's where all this stuff comes from. You got to give it consent. Right. So what we got to do is we got to stand firm on no.
Yeah.
Because tie everything to this vaccine passport now, then it's going to be a chip. Then it's going to be eventually the mark of the beast, where it's going to totally alter your makeup. People going to look crazy. People going to be mutated,
like the vampire, like the
like Kensington
zombies, like the zombies that CDC is telling everybody to prepare for.
Right.
You know, things like that, right?
Oh yeah.
Think about it, but honestly, think about it. Even if they incentivize right now, turn in somebody that hasn't been vaccinated, will give you $1,000.
Right.
You're gonna see folks you grew up with, family members, friends turn to zombies with no shot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They have already done that. Yes.
Okay, so imagine what would happen if they put something inside somebody and hit a switch. You know, people are gonna be going crazy. They're gonna be people. I believe when they hit that switch, some folks gonna die, some folks gonna get sick, some folks gonna become sterile, and some folks gonna go nuts.
I literally just said that last show, okay? I said when they hit that switch, I said, you know, you go and get that thing in you. You got the towers that they put everywhere because they need that much power. You know what I'm saying? The little towers wasn't going to generate that energy that they need to pull, you know, into all these humans. You know, so they got the towers, and them two is coinciding with each other. When they press the button, you could they might have you acting like a chicken or a frog, okay, if they want to, you know. But all right, so tell me this, Blanche, and then we'll go to you, the ambassador. So, and this is the question I was asking him, because this has really been what I've been thinking. Well, the downloads I've been getting is just simply artificial intelligence. Like somehow somebody went and effed with something, Okay, and now it's like, what's that movie? It's a movie about, it's called artificial intelligence, something like that. But it feels like literally we have AI running the show. I mean, like, to a certain degree, there's like, and they're trying to turn us into them. Like, we're the enemy here. We're like, we got to get them on this level because we still had a power because we're natural beings and we can really shut it down if we knew better. But what do you think about that? That as far as the AI?
So I think what we're calling AI is actually artificial. It's like an artificial race, like a hybrid.
Right. That's right. That's what I mean.
Not necessarily maybe like a actual computer, but computer-like in the sense that it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid form of a human being, just like mankind is half kind of like man, but half man and some beast and all this stuff. So I mean, I believe that they have a machine called the CERN, and it's under Geneva. It's the largest machine in the world. But with that machine, they're trying to open up all the portals. So basically, they're trying to. If you watch the movies give you all the clues of what they're doing. So there's a show called Stranger Things that deals with the portals, letting stuff come through, and then a movie called Cabin in the Woods. And at the end of that movie, they tell the two people that's left, she's like, if you don't sacrifice her, you're gonna release the gods. And so when he doesn't do it, in the end of the film, you see this big hand come up. So you see stuff coming from the earth. So they have a machine called the CERN, and they're trying to open these portals up. Now, again, people are going to start going crazy because they're going to start seeing things.
Yeah.
Because they're tampering with everything. They're tampering with, the weather,
everything. Yeah.
Your mind as far as reading your thoughts. They tampering with literally everything. China put the 6G satellites up into space.
Oh, no.
So 6G is already here. We don't know, but 6G is already beaming down on us right now. That's why I believe Biden is rushing everything, because they're probably sending that signal down now. So they're trying to get everybody vaccinated so it can take place faster.
Right.
Their plan was by 2030, but I believe they sped the plan up to by about 2025.
Yeah.
Personally.
I agree. Everybody says 2030 a lot. I'm like, no, that was the old timeline. This right here is happening right now as we speak. Okay, the ambassador, can we get you to collaborate on that?
Yeah. Hey, peace to the brother. Yeah. What the brother was saying. What the brother was saying is definitely what's going on, and what y'all are saying is it's all artificial intelligence. It's all and a desire to have automated control over the behavior of an individual, right?
Yeah.
Because the behavior of the individual, if you can control the individual, you can control the group.
Yeah.
Now you got workers.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it comes down to.
Right.
It's the fact that we must not obviously be doing something that they want us to do.
Right.
So they have to figure out how can they first hack our system. They're hackers. It's nothing but hacking.
Yeah.
The only question is that they've been working on, how do you hack a human being? Because a human being is not a machine.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is where you get the injectable operating systems coming from. You see what I'm saying? So once they're able to give a little bit of influence through these vaccines and stuff, and like you said, certain people get sick, certain people go crazy, certain people might die, certain people this, certain people that. You see what I'm saying? They're definitely absolutely be able to control how healthy you are,
Yeah.
or have influence over how healthy you are, and can keep you in an unhealthy state long enough for them to sell you a different product, another solution to say, look, we know you guys been, you guys been sick. You can't get right. You always having to take 50 pills a day.
Get this new
we
vessel.
We got these artificial bodies now where you can we got a way where we can save you from a life of misery. And you can actually upload your consciousness into this fake body.
Yep.
Right. And then not only does it give you better health, but you can live forever. You don't have to die. You'll never get sick. You can run faster. You can jump higher. You can do all this. You can learn anything you need to know within 10 seconds. You can do da, and they're going to sell, you know what I'm saying, this whole dream in the sky about why people should transfer their consciousness into artificial bodies, right?
Yeah.
And those artificial bodies will be connected even deeper to a bigger master brain, an artificial brain. And that's the way that it reads in the ancient scroll of the Nazarites. So that's what we're actually bringing that scroll forward, because I see that even though the high priest did not want that scroll going forward until it was finished translated all the way, we're putting it out regardless. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's what I'm here for. And people need to know that this stuff is written. Sometimes because of the programming, people need to read Yeshua talking about cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence. They need to see, you know, Moses and these people making movements to make sure we did not fall victim to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Adam and Eve. They need to read that in the Adam and Eve story. They need to read that, you know, in the stories that they're already familiar with, to say, look, these are the actual scrolls right here that was hidden, that was preserved. You see what I'm saying? So people can see, because you got some pastors out there teaching that this COVID stuff is not the mark of the beast. They're saying that this is not the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? They're literally using the Bible to say, no, this vaccine is not it.
That's crazy. You know,
right? When it's absolutely is the beast.
Yeah.
It absolutely is the beast. And it's just like I said, unfortunate that we don't have the right scrolls and the right scrolls for us for our people to actually see that for themselves and not have to trust somebody's word and this and that. But I mean, anybody, you know, with half a brain, you know, that's somewhat remotely connected to their own spirit, you see what I'm saying, can discern that that's exactly what this is. And this is a completely unnatural course that these powers that are trying to force us in that direction. For what? Why? Who would want to control somebody to that degree? So it's population control, but the next level of it.
Absolutely.
Because this population control doesn't concern about how many people there are on Earth. No, this population control means you have people who want to control the actual behavior of the people in the population. Meaning, like, if we want everybody in Atlanta to show up to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium for this event, boom. You see what I'm saying? We want everybody to go and to feel sick on this day, or everyone to go and buy this, or everyone to go and try and kill these group of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, everyone go, like he said, you know, who hasn't been vaccinated? If we want everyone to hunt non people who haven't been vaccinated, you know, so this is the type of ideology that we're dealing with right now. When you talk about giving your body, giving access to artificial computers, or just giving computers access, period, to your cells, your actual molecular information and communication system. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, and this is so that you actually raised a good point, because there's been tons of murder amongst ourselves. And I keep telling people, it's not us that's doing it. We are really being controlled and programmed. And I'm not trying to make an excuse. This is facts. Like, they do it through the music, they do it through the food, they're doing it through the chemtrails, and they're definitely doing it now through these new poops in our arm. Well, not in mine, because I won't be getting none of that, nor will my family. But, you know, I feel like they're controlling all the murders that's been happening in the urban communities. How about you guys? Blanche, can we get you to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, so as far as mind control goes, though, you know, you got to yield to programming for quite some time to be on autopilot. So most of the programming starts in, you know, kindergarten. And what they teach you in school is not about education. It's about, just like I said before, conformity. So school teaches you how to follow the rules and do what everybody else does. So automatically, they make people sheep just to fit in. Think about it. Most of this vaccine stuff now is about social pressure or things of the world, like your job, being able to travel, money. None of this stuff is about your spirit or your higher self. Everything they're appealing to is your lower self. So if you think about it, this vaccine is not really about health or science. It's really just about what you want that they have, whether it be a job, a vacation. So already folks have been programmed through 9 to 5, working, going to school, morning, noon, and night. Everybody's already programmed for this stuff. So adding any variable to that equation, most folks are going to go with it because it's already on autopilot. It takes a person to be uncomfortable, takes a person to lose friends, to spend time alone, to break away from that cycle. But most folks that we see out there, they're going to get the jab. Yeah. I would venture to say at least 95% are going to get the jab. Yeah. And so you got to ask yourself, what does that say about the 5%? Because the mob in this whole thing, the mob is going to try to rule. So that's what it is. So that 5% is going to be blamed for everything. Yeah. So if they can control the weather, they can easily say, well, we had a storm today because those 5% is like, think about the crazy stuff they can say on the news, and now that 5% is being hunted.
Yes, I know. And listen, I don't know why I chose now. I didn't choose, but just so happened to get pregnant at a time like this. Mm-hmm. And all I'm thinking is, okay, I'm going to have to do Tybo and all this because I can't be the chick in a movie, the pregnant chick in a movie running and in the woods and tired and burnt out. I don't even got it in me right now. Like, I would be like, all right, y'all got me. Just go ahead. Look, go ahead. I would get myself out of here because y'all not about to take my consciousness. I'd rather go ahead and get myself out of here and be free. But it's just like, I don't. What do you suggest? I mean, we what do we do? Where do we go from here? Where do we tell the people that's in fear?
The cornerstone. There is absolute power that we have to shut all of this down. We got to go to our highest level of existence, meaning we got to be gods. Got to snap out of the delusion and get back into the godhood of who we are, because we have power over all of these people. You know what I'm saying? All of these beings, whether you want to call them extraterrestrial or whatever they are, you know what I'm saying? We have power over them. They absolutely want to be us. Yep. They're mad that they cannot prolong their existence forever into the future like us. We are eternal beings with no beginning and no ending, meaning that we forever have a covenant with the physical plane to always have a place here. They do not. Right. You see what I'm saying? They face the fact that they're facing extinction. You know what I'm saying? Both the non-black races and the extraterrestrial. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why they're kidnapping a lot of white people, because white people are where they were created from. So we got to go back to the hybridization, the hybrid. The fact that extraterrestrials are themselves hybrid at the very core of who they are, right, is the point that we have to explore it if we want to know why they're doing what they're doing. First, because that's the question. You know, we see what's happening, but we want to know why. Well, you have to understand that it's completely a genetic situation. It's right. Completely and all about a genetic situation. If you see and we can use correspondence to see the picture. Right. Correspondence is something, they say, as above, so below, as within, so without. Correspondence is a tool you can use to see what's going on the other side by looking at what's happening right here. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it's like you can because they correspond. So when you look at it from a level that we can observe, you see the mainstream right now. They promote a lot of interracial relationships. Because the birth rate, when the non-black societies and communities is significantly lower and dropping than the African or black populations. And how do you remedy that? Well, you promote interracial relationships, because if one group is dying out but the other one is still being born, then if they mix their genetics, right, then they have more a longer chance. That's how they project their bloodlines further into the future. Right. Now let me tell you, that's an absolute fact with the non-black races, but it's even also a fact with the extraterrestrial races. They have it even worse. So they had pulled a scam. They started pulling a scam thousands of years ago. So I'm saying this is not a new thing. It's not a new situation. They injected first into our consciousness that they are the supreme beings. Like extraterrestrials are all knowing, all powerful, so much bigger than humans, and da 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 da. When in fact they are genetically inferior. Genetically, they are the old guy behind the curtain in the Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm saying? They literally the weakest link out of all the genetic links. You see what I'm saying? And so, and even though we see, you know, non-black people kidnapping black folks, taking our melanin, promoting, you know, interracial relationships because their genetics are not as strong. Their genetics look like King Kong versus the extraterrestrial genetics. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it behooves them to abduct, you know, so many. You always see white folks, you know, talking about their abduction. You rarely see black people talking about alien abductions and stuff like that. It's just because
I started to think that I wasn't good enough for the aliens to come and get me. Because I'm like, I mean, I've always been my own person, you know, been a little different than the rest, but they ain't never came for me, ever. Not even in a dream.
And it's because they were created by mixing the mixing the genetics from you know it really took place in 3 different locations on Earth. They started here on Earth. You see what I'm saying? This is the lie that they make you think that their origin is in outer space. Their origin is absolutely right here on Earth. They were mixing in Turkey, Greece area, the Adriatic Sea area, the Iraq, the modern day Iraq area, and South and Central America. That's where the reptilians were created, in South Central America. And they got kicked off of the planet. And that's what happened. That's how we chronicle it. You'll even read it there in the ancient scroll. You see the Botswana talk about it. You see some of the Zulu. You see one Zulu, Sanusi, talking about it.
Yeah, the Mayans, right? The Mayans spoke on that a lot. I realized too when I watched some of the old. I don't know much about all that stuff. I'm just learning, but I see that I watched a movie about the Mayans, and they were in this. They went to this cave that was, you know, sinking, of course, and I can't remember where it was at, but it was somewhere far off. And when they got under there was portals. It looked like
it sounded like the story you was talking about Yakub. It was y'all familiar with the guy, the brother Yakub that supposed to made the race with the sign. That's what it sounded like. She's referencing back to that story.
And I would say read the Black Root Science. Just for point of reference for everyone. There's a document that came out in 2003. Well, started coming out in 2003. This was before social media and all of that stuff. It was like on forums and stuff. But a griot from Botswana, from the Botswana tribe, he was sharing a lot of knowledge about you know, the days that we're getting ready to come into, and they was talking about how the extraterrestrials are going to start pulling their scam and their whole thing, where basically what's happening now, where they want to take people genetics and all of that stuff. And you'll even see white folks on YouTube now talking about the genetic. They're literally saying the same exact thing. And I was like, wow, the elders have put us up on game, and now it's actually happening. You hear white folks talking about, you know, their hybrid children and how, you know, they were taken, and, you know, that the aliens, the extraterrestrials can't procreate no more. They can't have their own kids. They destroyed their own worlds, and now they want to come and get our eggs and our sperm and have hybrid children, right, and stuff like that. And they trying to, but the scam is where they making you feel like they care about us or they want to help us. No, you don't care about us. You can't have kids. You can't have kids no more. You see what I'm saying?
You need what we have. Right.
Exactly.
So in the movie, right? Basically, and I've been seeing this in a lot of Marvel stuff. This aspect, they basically say like Planet X is hovering over top of us, but we know that they're actually here. Everything is here, right here on this assimilation. But Planet X is here, and they have the dark version of all of us, and their goal is like to take our spirits, the light bodies, and so they can enter into, you know, basically stealing our consciousness. That's where with this.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. Now it's two parts to the situation, because you have to realize too that we come from, our original bodies we're not living in the bodies that we actually came here with. This cycle that we're living in now is a rare cycle. It's never happened before. This evil, this forgetfulness, like black folks not knowing who they are and all of this stuff. It's never been like that in all of our history until this previous 6,000 years. You know what I'm saying? And it was completely intended to be this way. But I'm just saying that to say that the main point is that we have Black people, our true ancient bodies and our ancient ancestors who are still alive, and they do. We live on every single planet in the universe. So we gotta, when we get into our original knowledge and understanding of how our spirit works and how the soul works, you realize that the gods live all over the universe. Yeah. And so you literally, the same spirit that's in you right now is the same spirit that's in another person, another Black woman or man, right, on a whole nother earth somewhere. Not on different planets. They're always Earth planets because the Earth is the crown of the solar system, right? So this is the land of the gods. This is where the gods, or this is where we live at.
Right.
So there's Earths all over the universe. Quote unquote modern science is starting to now discover that and say that, oh yeah, there are other Earth-like planets and stuff. But yeah, we've always known that, and we've always gone there, and we've always traveled between here and there.
I hate to cut you off right here, but I want to know if we can get a part 2 of this, because we need a full hour, and our next show is up, Paulie and the Gang, so we gotta go. But I need you guys back, please, next week, next Wednesday from 6 to 7. If you are available, please come through and kick it with your girl. Just shining a little light on a dark situation. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we're going to see y'all next week. Next up, Paulie and the Gang.
Hey,
Don't forget the
peace.
baby.
Good work.
Yes.
Man, that was about to get deep.